Hi Virgo, how are you? Um, Things look a little different here. So it feels a little softer. It feels the lighting is less harsh. The message might feel harsh. And I've been sitting here for a good half hour getting my decks ready, figuring out which ones I'm going to use, and then sort of, I guess, like honestly putting off this reading because it does feel a bit like tough love. And that's not the easiest energy for me. Like, I'm really squishy hearted and supportive and positive by nature, but I really feel like I have to get this message out there that it's going to help someone, and that's of course why I do what I do. So just lots of little synchronicities as well. I'm definitely in your energy. I've been organizing my cards. I don't read tarot reversals unless I feel them reverse. So I've been flipping all my cards around the right way, like tidied up behind me. I got my candles lit, whereas I usually don't because the lighting is so bright. I've got the lights softer. I moved the position of the camera. Like, all of these things are speaking about, I'm just seeing rings of light, like overlapping and moving constantly. So that might be sort of how you're feeling. All of these things are sort of speaking to me about procrastination. I was doing them to not, like, to sort of delay putting out the reading that came through. I channeled these messages last night, and there's not too many normally. Normally I get a fair few channeled messages and we pull the cards and it all gets confirmed. So the message that I have for you today, Virgo, or anyone resonating with the title or the thumbnail, or anyone that felt called to, you know what I believe is that in these readings here on YouTube, unless they're personal one-to-one readings, they can apply to anyone, whether or not you have a Virgo placement. We all have all 12 houses in our birth chart, and we all move through Virgo energy. So as I was getting like everything all organized and moved around, and I realized that I was procrastinating, and that felt very resonant. Let's do the incense. So I was channeled these messages last night, and I actually came in here today to do the Taurus reading that I channeled a while ago. And I was sitting with what I wrote down for Taurus, and the door wouldn't open to that channel, to those messages. And I just kept hearing Virgo, Virgo, Virgo. So then I went looking for the notes from last night, which is a couple of pages over, and I found just some random channels that I wrote down, like they didn't feel related to anyone. And one of them that really stood out, like I'd scribbled it really large, was root chakra, which ties in with this energy that I got and what I've since last night that I haven't written down. But I feel like I'm speaking to some Virgos who very, very spiritual, very strong in their faith and their belief. Who have been working a lot on their upper chakras. So if this sounds like it might be you, you've been working a lot on your heart, your throat, third eye, and your crown chakras, anything above in your auric field. And we need to be spending a bit of time on our lower chakras as well. And just before I turned the camera on, I actually went out to my work bag to get my blue lotus oil, and because I find it very calming. And I was very, very drawn to my fire quartz. And I've just got chills picking it up now. We'll give this a little woozy woozy. And what I heard was light a fire under their ass. Sorry. Light a fire under their ass. So that's what I feel is the Spirit's purpose with this message, is to inspire you into action. And the message is, I'm going to deliver it. It's not super harsh, so don't freak out. It feels more like one of those 1 degree pivots that I talk about sometimes. So I feel like it could be anything, because it's just like whenever I try to channel in what specifically this could be about, it's just so many things that I can't see clearly. Like I can't make out any specific thing. So I feel like for some of you it's finances, career, relationships, love. I feel like there's just so much, but the energy for all of these things is the same. So it's the energy of this knowing, this belief, and waiting for Spirit to deliver it. And I feel like there might be a little bit of frustration that Spirit's not opening this door yet, that it's not come in. And your faith is not wavering. You can feel it, you know it, you trust it. And the message is that Spirit's not going to do this for you. So, some of you are also trying to call in this act of divine intervention, like this tower moment. And the one thing that I channeled last night was the complete absence of tower energy. And to me, like, towers are divine intervention, right? They're Spirit giving us something or taking something from us because it has to happen, and we're not doing that for ourselves. So they're always divinely guided. And personally, like, I love tower energy. I used to fear it so much, but one day I'll tell my story about the significant towers that I've changed and how my relationship with tower energy has really transformed and transmuted, and how maybe to work with tower energy, I feel like is something that people would really benefit from knowing. So if you'd like that sort of done, please let me know. And if I told you some of the towers that I experienced in my own personal life, you'd understand. But Spirit is not going to give this tower to you that you've been calling. And that does not mean that Spirit is not with you. Spirit is 100% waiting to support your action. That's the message. Spirit is waiting to support your action, but they are not going to do it for you. And this is a lesson that you need to learn. This could be the tower, is this 1 degree shift that opens up at the other end everything. So let's talk a little bit about what I channeled. Change occurs in the minutiae. Yeah, some of you are waiting for this big, drastic change. Whole life change is what I've just heard, like this profound, all aspects shift. That could be something that you're waiting for Spirit to deliver to you. And Spirit is saying you have to do it. It's in the next thing I got was the absence of the tower, and then devil in the detail. This is a you part, all right? So remember, we're co-creating with Spirit. It's us and Spirit. And Spirit needs us to bring the action to the 3D. They can't do the 3D. They can do the energy and the support, open the doors, close the doors, put lessons and opportunities in front of us, but it's always our choice. So that is the lesson, is this action that's required. And some of you are very resistant to the action because your faith and your belief that Spirit is going to do it for you is so strong. So But then last night I saw, and it was quite clear, very, very clear. I saw the image of a face, just the face. It was all dark around them, but the face was like clearly visible. And it was just contorted in, what have I written here? Pain/anguish. And I'm seeing like lips curled up, face crumpled up, like actual visceral pain. And that's how serious you are about wanting this change to occur, about wanting this thing to shift. Like it's actually putting you in that energy. Some of you may not be aware of that, but I think most of you are, to be honest. I'm not talking to people who are without a fair bit of experience and self-awareness here. So and no, Spirit does not enjoy seeing you in this energy, to be feeling this way. Spirit is gaining no pleasure, but Spirit can't intervene because your lesson is in the action. Your lesson is in your belief in your human self being able to create this. So, for example, like I've been working for a long time now on repairing my money wounds and my inherited poverty programming and things like that. And you better believe that like I spent a lot of time and energy manifesting windfalls and things like that. And slowly over the course of the last 3 years, I've sort of realized that that's just not right for me. That in order to truly heal these wounds, I have to take the action. I had to learn to save. I had to learn to prioritize. I had to learn to stop being impulsive. Like, so all of these things. So that's an example of what Spirit is saying. If Spirit had ever in the last couple of years given me an abundance of money, but I had not done that work and learnt that lessons, then I'd be still right here, right now. So it is action that is required right now, human action. Human action. It is 3D action. It is the day-to-day detail of the change within you that needs to manifest. And once you start doing that, Spirit is there. Like I always say to my friends and people I meet that are less aware, like, or experienced, is another thing. Like, you know, it's really hard and confusing at the start of our journeys to figure all these things out and to learn what our lessons are, because my lessons don't apply to the person that I'm speaking to, very rarely. You know, we're all of this individual path and these individual lessons and these individual checkpoints and crossroads. Like, so I always say to people that the one thing that we all have in common is that when we take one step in any direction, when we take one step towards the life we want, Spirit meets us with 10. Right? Some of you know that. I felt that resonate. So when we take one step, Spirit meets us with 10. And we can sometimes get caught up in not knowing which direction to step in, to take that first step. We get that paralysis analysis, like that freeze moment where we're like, we don't want to make a mistake. We don't want to repeat mistakes. And it's easier to pivot on the move. So it's easier when we're in motion to change direction. It takes much more energy to start a sprint than to run around the circle. All right, so that's something for someone. And yeah, the other thing that we all have in common is that spirit cannot interfere with our free will. If you want a wild ride, give them permission to in regards to something you're working on and watch magic happen. But it's intense. But spirit is always, our most powerful gift is our free will. That's the benefit of being human. That's the trade-off for coming here and incarnating here. And sometimes it has to be us that does the thing before spirit can step in and accelerate the energy, can open the doors. We have to start moving in a direction. So let's get some cards out. These are your channeled messages that I channeled last night. So, all right. Where do we want to start with this? Let's pick one of the things and I'll pick a deck. Waiting to support your action. And I really like this deck. I don't use this deck very often, but I felt very connected to it today when I was tidying up, and now it just was very loud sitting there quietly. So let's have a look. I'm going to be shuffling a little bit khaki because I actually have a right arm boo-boo at the moment, so Spirit, tell me more about this waiting to support action. Waiting to support action. I just saw, I think it's a card in the Energy Oracle deck, but it could be a morph in my head of two cards from two different Oracle decks. But I saw an Action Oracle card with two horses up on their hind legs battling each other. I don't know if that's an actual card. Maybe we'll pull out the Energy Oracle card because it had that sort of vibe to it. But I really feel like tarot. Chariot in the World. Yeah. There's chariots in reverse. You're not moving. Just this World card, like have a look at all that yellow around it for a second. Like this is your power. There's something about all this solar plexus energy here. They're on yellow rocks. They're surrounded by yellow flowers. We got orange and yellow sky, like a sunset. Yeah. We've got a masculine and a feminine in tune here, dancing in tune. I'm really drawn to this strip of orange in the sunset behind them. And then the yellow. And then they sort of look orange, but then there's all this yellow. So this is masculine and feminine energy. I feel like you've been in your feminine, like in your intuition, in your receptive mode, in your connected mode, which is great. Feminine energy is my favorite place to be as well. But it's time to get into your masculine. What have we got here? 6 of Wands. Yeah. This is masculine energy. This is victory after hard work. Like, these are returning warriors. They're returning to their hometown after winning the war. They're being celebrated for their action. Anything else, Spirit? Victory. They've been victorious. Funny that they're on a horse as well. Anything else, Spirit? Ready to support action. I keep seeing the back of the Energy Oracle deck in my mind, so we might grab it out. I wasn't going to use it for this reading. Anything else, Spirit? Just one card. No. The High Priestess. Yeah. You know, your intuition is on point. There is nothing wrong with your intuition. What you are building, well, you're not building, that's the problem. What you want is available to you, but it's not going to be handed to you. There's something about this book that this High Priestess is reading here. A journal. It's a journal. Tell me, well, yeah, even a small, yes, thank you, Spirit. So we got the page of coins and the 9 of cups. So pages are small investments, small beginnings, right? They're the children. But this small action, it's pentacles, it's earth-based, it's material. This material action is what's going to lead you to the 9 of cups. Antlered animals might be significant to you. The white stag might be an energy you've been working with. Four of Wands. Yeah. This is stability. This is stable. It's growing. It's safety. It's comfort. I feel like there's something to go with this. Give me 1 second. This one does not want to go back. The Knight of Wands. Action. Spirit is being so clear and so loud here. This one was left on the table when I picked up the deck. I tried to put it back in. It fell out of my hand again. So it's the card. It is your action. When you take action on this passion, on this intuition, right? That's what leads to the Four of Wands, but it requires your action. Here's another horned animal. There's definitely something about horned energy. Maybe you're working with stags or goats. Maybe you are the goat. Something about this Four of Wands wants to be clarified. What are we going to clarify? Oh, we're getting chatty. Give me 1 second. Tell me more about this Four of Wands, Spirit. What else do you want to say? What else do you want to say? Just Ace of Coins. We got another pentacle. Yes, I cannot believe how clear Spirit is being here. This is an ace. It's a potential. It's an opportunity. It's a pentacle. It's earthbound. It's 3D. It's not up in the ethers. This is clarifying the Four of Wands. It's in your hand. Yeah. So what I'm seeing here as I look is this beginning, right? Aces are beginnings. This beginning is in your hands. It's in your human hand. That's where the power lies. And then once you realize that and take one step, all of this opens up to you. This is what Spirit's got waiting for you. As soon as you take that one step. This is protected for you. This is protected for you. You might want to do some journaling on what comes up when you think about taking this? Is it doubt? That you doubt that you can do it, so you want spirit to give it to you to sort of prove that it's meant for you? It doesn't work that way, my love. Anything else here? I feel like we should get the energy oracle out. I just shuffled this and put it away, Spirit. It's not like me to be like tidy and organized either. It's just not who I am as a person. I'm a Sagittarian sun. And I conveniently overlook the fact that I have 5 Virgo planets. Because that's inconvenient for me. But this is very Virgo energy. Like even normally when I read, I know this is the first time I've had the table even visible, but I just let cards fall out and read them as they come up. And this is just a pile, but now I've got like, it's all in a nice little row. This is very Virgo. All right, let's have a look. Tell us more about this lesson. Can you be more specific about this lesson? What is the lesson? What is the lesson? You know, the action is what's going to build within you the character and the sense of self you need to handle this when it comes. Like I'm seeing someone fumble a ball. So if it came to you right now as you stand, there's a good chance that you'd fumble it. What you learn along the path of taking action is fundamental to being able to retain it, I just heard. Envy. I just got whole body chills looking at that card. I'm not ready to channel into it yet. Tell me more about envy. What goes with envy? Healer of the Ages. Oh, there's another card under envy. Daughter Romance. So some of you are definitely... So envy came out on top and Daughter Romance was under it and I didn't see it until just now. If you can see someone that has something you want, all right, now obviously it could be a really awesome, dope relationship, but let's not forget that we're entitled to romance our whole life as well. It's not just about another person. We're entitled to just be in love with our life from the minute our eyes open to the minute our eyes open, right? Every moment in between, we're entitled to love and woo and court those feelings. But if you can see someone that has something you want, can you get yourself to a place where instead of feeling that envy, that lack, like that's what I want, why don't I have it, when's it my turn? Remember, nothing is random. Nothing is a coincidence. Journal about why was this put in front of me to see? Maybe it's been put in front of you to see so that you can see how they engage with each other, then reflect and compare. Maybe you can, this is clarifying, like maybe you've always wanted in your mind a relationship like this, right? But then the more you watch it, the more you go, actually, that would make me very unhappy. You know, there's a reason that this other person having what you want put in front of you has been put in front of you. Spirit wants you to see something. It could be clarity. You could have to heal something. You know, but when we feel envy for what another person has, like that's harsh lack energy. And that's harsh. Like it's a sad, slow energy to be in. I know that they're little, but all I can see is these roots. Tiny, tiny little roots. And what did I say about the root chakra? We need to do some work on it. Right? These tiny, tiny little roots. How we nurture them is going to determine what the outcome is. Are they going to be a big, strong tree that lasts eternity? Or are they little suckers, you know? Some of you definitely manifesting money. All right, really feeling the pinch of, and feeling like you've done so much work around this, like internally, energetically, spiritually, done so much work and not seeing the benefit in the 3D yet. Let's remember, what action do you need to take? Like there's the whole tone of this message is that Spirit's waiting for some kind of action to be taken, not just the spiritual healing, but the action. And that's the most powerful way to like strengthen and heal our root chakra, is in the detail of our day-to-day. It's in the minutiae. It's in our routines. Like it's small steps every day towards what we want, even if they feel like they're not going to amount to anything. You know, what's that saying? Like 1% better a day is 365% better in a year. Like we don't have to make profound, massive changes. Change occurs in the minutiae, in the day-to-day. The temple path, yeah. This is obviously about spirituality. But, you know, one thing that is really standing out to me is all the earth energy. Try and get that off there. All the earth energy around this, like, look at the garden, look at that spiral, look at these trees. Like there's so much earth energy. Spirit is really saying here, like, that's the path to the ascension, is grounded in your 3D. What else? Let me just get my channeled messages. I'll see if there's anything else there we can tap into. Free will, the choice and free will. All right, Spirit, tell me more about what is so significant. Hang on, that's not the right question. Choice and free will. Choice and free will. What is the immediate outcome of action beginning here? What is the immediate outcome of action beginning? Please, Spirit, like, let's get some motivation. Let's dangle the carrot. What is the immediate outcome of the action being taken? What is the immediate outcome? What is the immediate outcome, please, Spirit? Thank you. Knight of Swords. Yeah, that's your knight in shining armor. That's fast moving energy. As soon as you take one step in any direction, things are going to pop off. But it has to be grounded in reality energy. It has to be action, earthbound 3D action. Spirit, doesn't matter how big or small this step is. Doesn't matter how big or small this step is. And that one. Okay, yeah. Once you stop holding on, once you stop being stuck and grounded, right? Once you never stop being grounded, but once you stop being like, I'm seeing someone literally stuck in mud, holding on. Did we not have the Page of Wands? Oh, we had the Page of Pentacles and the Knight of Wands. A little bit of passion, a little bit of fire energy, just a little bit. Just to shift you out of this. One small step and this happens. It does not matter. Right, consistent, tiny baby consistent steps in any direction towards what you're looking for. It doesn't matter where you start, you can pivot on the move. That's what this is as well. This guy can pivot on the move. All right. Which is funny because I was tossing up between, does it matter which direction they go and does it matter how big the step is? And they answered both, so thank you. I'm very grateful. Something about this Four of Pentacles wants to be touched on. Tell me more about this Four of Pentacles. Tell me more about this Four of Pentacles. For Virgo, please, Spirit. Tell me more about this Four of Pentacles. No. Tell me more about this Four of Pentacles, please. Oh, this is the one. Yeah. Two earth energies, right? Two grounded 3D energies, 3838 on the timer there. Or 1111. Why be this when you can be this? What else came out? These are upside down. The Emperor. Hello. Thank you so much, Spirit. Ace of Cups. Romance your whole life. And the Knight of Wands. Look at all this movement energy we've got here. We've got the Knight of Wands twice. We've got the Knight of Swords. I'm sure we had the Chariot at some point. Did I not pull it out? We've got the Wheel of Fortune. We've got the Emperor. What does the Emperor do? The Emperor takes action. Right? This is major. The Knight of Wands and the Ace of Cups. Yeah. Taking action on heart-led action. Passion. Heart. Any direction. Any direction. This is what I'm seeing now. Both of these knights are moving towards their Ace of Cups. Like, that's how they were down in continuing the theme of the way I was laying the cards down. Right? So things are really gonna open up once you start taking this step. We need to move out of this. All right, let's get a moonology to finish off. Let's get a moonology to finish off. Any messages, final messages of guidance, please, Spirit? Any timings? Any final messages of guidance to support Virgo in this energy? Oh, here we go. All right, we have got 3 full moon cards here, and funnily enough, I put the deck down upside down. This was on top. Your commitment is being tested. Spirit's not going to give it to you. They want to see some action. So we've got full moon in Leo, full moon in Capricorn, full moon eclipse. Conclusions are within reach. The end of a tough cycle approaches. Can we get any clearer? Don't let pride get in your way. This is interesting. I'm not going to clarify it, but I feel like it means something to someone. I'm feeling like this stubborn energy now too. Like, that makes sense because this guy is stubborn. He's not budging. He's not budging off those 4 pentacles. That's your choice. Do you want it or not? All right, that's what I have for you today, Virgo. Taurus, I do have a birthday reading I'm going to try and get done for you today. I've decided to start doing solar return readings for all signs, focusing on the good shit. All right, for your birthday, little birthday gift from Spirit. So that should be out. Stay tuned. If you're a Taurus sun, that will be coming out. And thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for letting me read for you and bring you these messages. I hope that they help. I'd love to know when you take that action and feel that energy start popping off for you. I hope Spirit lit a fire under your bum today. I love you. Thank you.